Hello, welcome to One Africa Mission with your brother Dobia Anzansi. Please, if you are joining us for the first time, please take time out of your busy schedules and subscribe to our YouTube channel. For those of you who have already subscribed to our YouTube channel, those of you who have followed us on Facebook, who have liked our Facebook page, we really thank you very much. And then those of you who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, we really appreciate your support. We are missionaries, as we keep saying, One African Mission. We are missionaries. We are on a mission, and our mission is to fight for the unification of Africa. We believe that without unity, the children of Africa will continue to languish under the bottom of the human race. It was by design. It was deliberate design by the European leaders to go to Berlin and divide Africa among themselves when we were not even there. The meeting that was called by Van Bismarck to divide Africa among themselves was a deliberate design to keep Africa at the bottom of the human race. And today, me and you can see the effect of that Berlin conference. It is the reason why the children of Africa are dying in the Mediterranean Sea. It is the reason why the children of Africa all over the world are not being respected. It is the reason why all over the world, children of Africa are being disrespected. So for us to bring an end to that, for us to have a dignified Africa, an African race, we must do everything we can to see a united Africa. It is only a united Africa that can give us the strength to stand the challenges of the 21st century. So please join, let us come together at this generation of Africans. We have the chance never before afforded to any generation of Africans to make Africa great and better. It is my duty and your duty to leave a better Africa for the next generation of Africans. We cannot blame our ancestors for the Africa that we inherited from them, but we will blame ourselves if we leave the same Africa for the next generation of Africans. Because me and you today, we are not proud of the Africa that we inherited from our ancestors. We are not proud of that Africa. We cannot be proud of an Africa where the children of Africa are dying in the Mediterranean Sea, in the desert, every day. We cannot be proud of that Africa. But me and you, is that the Africa that we want to live for the next generation of Africans? No. So if we want to bring an end to that, if we want to bring dignity to the children of Africa, then me and you have to come together and fight for this unification of Africa. Please join our mission. You are welcome to join the mission, please. But before you can support us, because we need your support, we want to go around the continent of Africa and even in the Caribbean and even all over the world to tell the children of Africa that Africa is great. We, the children of Africa, we are great. If only we can come together, we will do wonderful things. We are already doing wonderful things all over the world, but we are doing it for the benefit of other people. If we want the knowledge and the resources of Africa to benefit the children of Africa, then we must come together and build a stronger, better Africa. How can we build a stronger, better Africa? It's by uniting the African continent. Just come to think of it and imagine an Africa where we have one passport, where the resources of Africa will support this passport. It will become the strongest passport in the world. An Africa where we have one currency, where the resources of the continent will support this currency. That currency will become the most powerful currency in the world. And Africa, where we have one military, where the brains and the resources of Africa will go a long way to empower this military. They will become the strongest military in the world. And Africa, where we have one president, he'll be more stronger and more powerful than the president of America, than the president of China, than the president of Russia. But because we were divided by those who want to continue to explore Africa, everything about us is weak. But in order for us to bring an end to that weakness, then we must fight for a better Africa. So please join our mission. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, One African Mission, because we've been told that by subscribing and liking and sharing it, YouTube and Facebook will open it up for other people to see. So please, if you support what we are doing, if you appreciate what we are doing, then please share the content. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So today we're not going to talk much. We're going to go and see this video. It's an old video, very old video, but because we were on a mission, we couldn't react to that video, but we have returned back from the mission and we're going to react to that video. And that video is from a white lady, and that white lady is talking about, I just want you guys to watch that video first before we continue.
Do you know Africa will never be free from imperialism. It just never will be. Can you believe that Malawi, the president of Malawi, in a secret deal with the Israeli government, has sent off their young people to go pick farm fruits and vegetables? Do you see the corruption? They gave him $60 million.
So yes, she's talking about a secret deal that the president of Malawi has gone into with the leadership of Israel, and it is to continue the exploitation of our people. And this is what we keep talking about. This is why I keep saying it is about time we stop blaming European people for what happened to us during slavery. Because I keep saying it, what happened to us during slavery is repeating itself today. Today, our own people are still selling African people to the Europeans. So if we sit down and we try to massage the truth, we try to be economical with the truth, try to avoid and trying to dodge and trying to say that, slavery was, some African leaders did not participate in. No. Because even until today, slavery has not ended in Africa. Because this deal that this lady is talking about, that the president of Malawi has went into the deal with Israel. I'm told it is not only in Malawi, even Kenya as well is sending her children to Israel to become what? Slaves, to work in farmlands. But why in this 21st century? That is why we are telling the children of Africa, we are all speaking the same language, and this is language of suffering. And if we don't stand up and demand for a better Africa, for a united Africa, 200 years from now, your grandchildren and my grandchildren, great-grandchildren, will continue. They are going to continue in this slavery that Africans are going through. It is so shameful in this 21st century, an African leader will sign a deal to send her children or his country children to go and become slaves in another man's country. Why? What is it that Israel has done that we cannot do in Africa, that we have to be sending our young men and women to go there and work in farmlands? Is it not the same plantation that our ancestors were going through? It is the same thing. And then we are selling them into that. I'm told Kenya has also done the same thing. Kenya is also sending her children. It is so shameful. The other day I was watching one interview by a West African leader. I don't want to mention the country name, but it was in West Africa that a minister for employment was so proud and was calling for his party to be re-elected into government because he was able to be successfully sign a deal with Saudi Arabia to send the children of his country to go and work as domestic slaves in that country, if I may put it that way. So he was so proud, and that was his only achievement, that he was calling for a second term to be elected into office, his party. Why? Because he was able to sign a deal with Saudi Arabia so that the children of his country, both men and women, can be going to Saudi Arabia as domestic slaves. So if the minister for employment in Saudi Arabia can create enough opportunities, job opportunities, and will come to your country and sign a deal for you to bring your children to become slaves in his country, what are you doing as a minister that you are calling to be elected for second term? It is about time we, the children of Africa, stand up to against these things. And as I said, we cannot continue. It is a white woman who is talking about it. It is a white woman who is so disturbed that in this 21st century, Africans are still selling their own children into slavery. And yet we are denying the fact that it was our ancestors who sold our people into slavery for 400 years ago. We are denying that fact. But today, it is still happening right in our eyes. It is not only in Malawi. Most African countries are sending their children to the Gulf countries and other European countries to go and become slaves. Most African leaders are doing that. countries are doing that. What is it that we cannot stand up and create jobs for our own citizens? We are signing deals. Is it not laziness? And this is not the first time. As I said, this was exactly what was happening during the days of slavery. Our chiefs were selling their own people to go into slavery. Today we are denying that, but we still hear whilst the government of Malawi, Kenya, wherever, they are sending their children to go and become slaves in Israel. And you see the kind of treatment that they are giving to them. Why are we so heartless as African people? It is about time we stop these things. But it can only stop if we can stand up and fight for a united Africa. I keep saying it. Until Africa is united, the children of Africa will continue to be slaves in another man's land in the next 200 years. Please, African children, let us come together and fight for a united Africa. It is only unity that can give us the strength to become free men and women on this planet Earth. If we are not united, as I said, it was a deliberate thing that was imposed on African people by European leaders to keep Africans as slaves forever by dividing Africa. If we want to break that yoke, if we want to bring an end to that, then we must fight for a better and united Africa. So I thank you very much for coming around. Please join our mission, One Africa Mission. If you cannot join us, please support us. Support us, because our intention, our mission is to go around Africa and tell our people the need for unity, for a united government. So please, the only way you can support us is by subscribing to our YouTube channel and appreciating what we are doing by sharing it, like it, and then pass your comments. Your comments are very important to us so that we can learn from you, and together we will fight and build a better, stronger Africa. Not just for us, but for the next generation of Africans. So I thank you very much for coming around. This is your brother Dobia Anzanse. Please help us, support us. Let us all together, as children of Africa, fight for a united Africa. United we stand, divided we will continue to fall. I thank you very much for coming around.